Growing up, my family farmed rice. During harvest, my brothers and I would run loads from the combines to the grain trucks, driven by migrant workers. One day, some equipment was down and we had time to kill. These truck drivers brought out some marinated skirt steak, made a fire on oak wood between highway rocks, and grilled it over a piece of chicken wire. When it was ready, they wrapped them in fresh tortillas and passed them around. It was simple, and it was some of the best fajitas I've ever had. This recipe video is a tribute to those roadside fajitas and some of the hardest working men I've known. I'm Jason with Old 36. The full recipe link is in the description. Let's go. Good fajitas start with a good marinade. So here I'm going 1/4 cup avocado oil. And I like to use a ratio of 1:1 of Dale's seasoning and lime juice. So I'm going 1/4 cup each, Dale's seasoning and fresh lime juice. I want to use fresh. Also got 1 small orange, came out to about 3 tablespoons. To that we have our spices. We're going in 1½ teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1½ teaspoons garlic powder, 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of salt. Last, add in 1½ tablespoons of red wine vinegar. The citrus helps tenderize and keep things bright. Dale's adds that salty, savory depth. Chili powder and cumin bring a bold, earthy base. The vinegar adds a tangy sharpness, and the salt drives it all deep into the meat. Today I'm using traditional skirt steak. I have about 1½ pounds of skirt steak, and you see here the grain is running this way, so we want to cut this into manageable strips. So I'm going to cut with the grain here. And just make this a little bit easier to cut in the end. Place your meat into a plastic bag. And again, I had 1½ pounds of skirt steak. I also have some good sirloin my store had on sale. So you can use this as well. This will actually be a little bit more tender. All right, now let's pour this marinade into the meat here. Just open up your bag and pour this right in. You can get all the seasoning bits. What I like to do is just move this around a little bit so it'll season evenly. Try and get as much air out as you can. Press that down. Seal it. I like to work this in good with my fingers here so everything is evenly seasoned and marinated. And once you have it to your liking, pop it in the fridge and let this marinate for about 4 hours. While my grill heats up, it's time to cut up an onion and peppers. I'm just going for uniform slices, not too thick. I'm also slicing up an orange bell pepper, about the same width of the slices. I also have 1 poblano pepper. And I'm going to put the meat right on top of this pan, right over those vegetables. Add in 1/2 cup of the marinade to the bottom of the pan. The extra marinade is going to help season and flavor the onion and peppers. All right, our grill's hot. Let's add this meat. All right, the pit's running hot. We've got the meat on. I'm gonna flip this about every 2 to 3 minutes. All right, after 2 minutes, let's turn our meat. Hopefully we have a nice sear. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna watch this closely. I wanna pull this at 135, hopefully medium rare, and move it to the other side of the pit. All right, our fajitas are done. They are sitting at 145, so they're medium rare. And now I'm just gonna put this pan right on top of these coals. And this is gonna soften up our onion and peppers and also cook down any bacteria from the marinade. And these veggies are gonna get all that good flavor. I'm gonna let that come to a simmer. All right, this marinade is cooking down, adding flavor to that onion and peppers. Stir this, let this sit for about 2 minutes. All right, let's add our meat back in the pan. There you go. All right, put your meat in the pan, and you're ready to take this off. All right, would you look at that? Our meat is done. Now, let's take a look at this. We see that the grains are running vertical here. We want to turn this so that those grains are running from side to side. And what I like to do is kind of come in at a little bit of an angle and just slice. So cutting against the grain is going to help this meat a little bit more tender, easier to chew, because skirt steak on its own is not a forgiving piece of meat. And look at that, it cooked perfectly. Medium rare, we pulled it at 145. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we have the sirloin here, and then we have the skirt steak here. You see that the skirt steak has a bit more of a coarse texture. This is a bit more smooth on the sirloin. Still has some of the fat on the end. I can't wait to taste this. Both cuts of meat came out extremely tasty. The skirt steak for me has that edge to it. It has that beefy, bold punch to it. The sirloin is very good. It's just a bit more mild and tempered. All right, so I've got some of the skirt steak on a tortilla with some of our onion and peppers. It's time to go in. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh man, this reminds me of growing up. This is top shelf fajitas made right at home. The full recipe is in the description. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe for more easy to make recipes at home. As always, keep it bold, keep it spicy. Until next time, adios.